Hello, Namaskar. How are you all? Enjoying? Very good. Today we are going to learn about longer and shorter. We will also learn about thicker and thinner, heavy and light. Have you heard these words? Okay, let's see how can we use these words and where. I have these two pencils with me. Are you able to see? Can you tell me which pencil is longer and which is shorter? Let's see how can we find. I will place these two pencils together and now you can directly see which one is longer. This pencil is longer than this pencil and this pencil is shorter. You know you are younger than your Didi if your Didi is bigger than you, taller than you. We also use longer and shorter words there. When you wear your pants or shirts, we also use longer or shorter there. You remember? Where do we use and how can we find? These two objects, ladders are there. Can you tell me which one is longer and which one is smaller? Yes. And try to find how can we say that this one ladder is longer and another is smaller. Can you tell me? Okay, there are many other objects like these two feathers are there. Now you are able to see these two objects on the screen. These two are the feathers. Can you tell me which one is longer? Yes, the one which is ticked is longer and the other one is shorter. In these two brooms, can you tell me which one is bigger or longer and which one is shorter? Yes, you can. The one which is having a longer stick is a longer broom and the other one is shorter broom. Let us see. Now, if we are having more than two objects, what do we say? Let us see here. I have these three pencils with me. Now, if we see out of these three, this pencil is the longest one and this pencil is the shortest one. So, we use longest and shortest and this middle one, is it longer or is shorter? Yes, it is both. It is shorter than this bigger pencil, longer pencil and it is longer than this shorter pencil. So, this middle one is longer as well as shorter. So, now once again let us see, this is the shortest pencil and this is the longest pencil. Let us see, there are many objects shown on the screen. You can see these boat paddles are also there. Can you tell me which one is longest and which is shortest? Yes, the middle one is the longest. You can also measure and tell. And one which is to the right of middle is the shortest. You can tell in the sticks also. These three sticks are there. Can you tell me which one is longest and which is shortest and which one is in the middle? The middle one may be called as longer also and may be as shorter one, but when it is placed with other stick. Well, let us see some more objects. I have these three group of blocks. Can you tell me which one is longest and which one is shortest? And how can you tell? Okay, the middle one is longer than this and is smaller than this one. But if I place it here, what will happen? Will the middle one be again longer than the smaller and shorter than the longest? No, it will remain as the longest. Wherever we place it, it will remain longest, and this will remain shortest. Even if it is placed here, this will be shortest. Well, we can see longer and shorter we use, but when they are standing like this, we call them as taller and shorter. So, now this pillar of blocks is tallest, and this is middle one and this is shortest. If we are having only these two, now tell me, this is called tallest and this is called shortest, or this is called shorter and this is called taller. Okay. When we are having these two, now what can you say? Which is taller and which is shorter? Can we compare these also? Okay. This pencil is tallest now, this blocks is shorter than this and this one is shortest. And if we go the other way, this is the shortest, but this is taller than this group, and pencil is tallest in these three. So, on your screen you are able to see two giraffes. Which one is taller and which is shorter? It is written there. You can read and tell. Let us see some more objects. There are these two men. One is taller, another is shorter. It is written there. And even, can you tell me the stick which is there in the taller person's hand is taller than the man or is shorter? Can you tell? Or both are same, both are equal? You just see and try to find which one is taller and which one is shorter. There are many such objects which you can see. These two birds you can see. Which is taller and which is shorter? Yes, try to find and tell why. Why do you say this is taller and this is shorter? These two animals are there. So, see these two animals and tell which is taller and which is shorter. So, on the screen you are seeing one dog and one puppy. Which is taller? In your house there may be pet animals. Now, you try to find which is taller, a cat, have you seen a cat, and a dog. If dog is taller, then tell, and how are you saying that the dog is taller than the cat? And have you seen mouse also? What do you find? Mouse is taller than the cat or is shorter than the cat? Try to find. Yes. And now there are these two trees. So, one tree is taller than the other tree and the other tree is smaller or shorter than the bigger tree. So, friends, you have seen lot of objects in which we can say taller or shorter, longer or shorter, and also we can say longest and shortest. Similarly, tallest and shortest. So, let us see, I have this stick with me and this marker with me. Now, can we say which one is thicker and which is thinner? We use thicker and thinner to compare these. Which is thicker? This one is thicker, yes, and this is thinner. We use these words in our daily life. You may also be using, but let us see few more objects in which we can say which is thicker and which is thinner. Okay, let us see. Now, I have these two objects with me. Can you tell me which is thicker and which is thinner? Yes, this one is thicker than this and this is thinner than this. Let us see few objects on the screen. One is thicker, another is thinner. These are two thread rolls. One roll is thicker than the other roll. Other roll is called thinner. We use for thread or rope also. There are two pieces of rope. One piece is thicker, another is thinner. Can you tell which one is thinner and which one is thicker? Try to find. Yes. Yes. Now, if we are having more than two objects, what can we say about these? Now, I have these three objects with me. I find this stick is thicker than the white marker and white marker is thicker than the pencil. Pencil is thinner than the white marker and white marker is thinner than the stick, glue stick. Now, can you tell me, this is the thickest one, which one is the thinnest? Yes, this pencil is thinnest in these three objects and Fevi-stick or the stick, glue stick is thickest. So, we use thickest and thinnest words for these. There are these three objects shown on the screen. Now, tell which one is thinnest and which one is thickest out of these three. Yes, it is written there. Let us now see. We use many other words in our daily life. You say, when we go on seesaw, have you enjoyed seesaw? Yes. So, maybe some child may be heavy and some may be light. You used to use these words, heavy and light. Let us see, how can we say heavy and light? I have these few objects in my hand. Now, out of these, in which hand I have lighter objects and in which I have heavier? Which one is heavier, this one or this? How can you say? Yes, this is heavier and this is lighter. You see, cat is heavier than a mouse or mouse is heavier than a cat? Yes? Yes, cat is heavier and mouse is lighter. What about elephant and cat? Which one is heavier and which is lighter? Yes, elephant is heavier. Okay, children, let us now go to a park. wherein many animals are swinging. Let us see what is happening there. A little rat was swinging in the park. A cat came to him and said, I am bigger and heavier than you. Let me take the swing. What do you think? Is cat heavier and bigger than rat? Okay. But when they were having this discussion, suddenly a dog came. Bow, bow, bow. How does dog bark? Do you know? Yes. And he said, hey cat, you are bigger than the rat, but I am bigger and heavier. So, cat is bigger than the rat, heavier than the rat, but is lighter than the dog. Dog said, I will take the swing now. But suddenly there was a sound, dap, dap, dap. Who was this? Oh, this is a buffalo. A buffalo came and said, rat is lightest and cat is heavier than rat, but dog is heavier than cat also. But see, I am very big and I am heaviest than all of you. I will swing. I will take a swing. Rat laughed and said, you are very heavy. How will you swing? It will break. But then there came an elephant, and elephant said, I am biggest and I will take a swing. And he took the swing. What happened? What should have happened? Churr. So, swing broke. The rope of the swing got damaged. No one was able to swing, but everybody laughed. All other animals laughed. So, you may have also seen when you have many people, some are heavy, some are heavier, some are lighter and some are lightest. Okay? Let us now measure length. Have you ever measured length? Yes. One day, the teacher Didi asked the class children to measure each other's nose. Whose nose is longest? How can we measure? You try to find. There are many objects. Someone may take thread, someone a scale, or maybe a tailor's scale also. So, you also try to find in your house whose nose is longest. Try to find and then find whose nose is longest or whose nose is shortest. How can we measure length? One girl measured the book. How? By hand span, by putting hand like this, 1, then 2, then 3 and so on. Do you also measure length like this? Yes, table or maybe book or maybe board or maybe many other things. Now, you try to find whose arms are longer. How can you find? By your hands. Maybe measure your mama's arm, 1, 2, 3, 3 hands. your Didi's arm, your Papa's arm, your grandmom's arm, and try to find whose arm is longest, whose arm is shortest. So, now you measured length, you measured book, you measured table, many other things. Let us see. One day Rinky decided to buy shoes for her grandpa. She measured his shoe size, but how? Is she measuring it the right way? She went to the shop and therein she showed that length to the shopkeeper. But shopkeeper says, no, this is not the right measure which you brought. Why? Can you tell? Then the shopkeeper measured it the right way. And ultimately she understood that how shoe is to be measured, shoe size is to be measured. Now you try to find whose foot is longer, your father's, your grandfather's, your mother's, your Didi's, whose foot is longer. Can you measure? There are many ways. You can put a scale or you can mark on a paper. Can you? Yes, you can mark it on papers and then can also find which is longest, which foot is longest and which foot is shortest. So, friends, today you learnt about many words. These words are longer and shorter, longest and shortest, then taller and shorter, tallest and shortest, then thicker and thinner, thickest and thinnest. You also learnt about heavy and light. Now you try to find, there are many objects in your house. These objects are heavier, heavy, lighter, light, lightest, heaviest. What are these? And use these words to compare objects. Then you measured length. You measured length by using hand span. We may also measure length by using our foot. When we play, we measure length by using foot also. You also measured the length of your family members' hand, arm, foot and so on. Use these all in your daily life and try to find which is longer, which is shorter and so on. So, friends, enjoy it. Now, next time when we will meet, we will also discuss something more about how things are measured when they are almost the same and we cannot find by just seeing them. So, what should we do? We will learn in next lesson. Till then, Namaskar.